So I moved to New York. Yeah, I know. Stop. I know. You probably think like, yo, this guy's so cool. Man is beautiful. Oh man, dark skin. But what's up? Name is Jimmy or James, whichever one you prefer. 23. I'm a software engineer. I work from home. And your boy just moved to Brooklyn, New York 3 months ago. Yes, I'm making this video sometime in June, but I moved here end of February. Reason I'm making this so late is because I procrastinate. I wanted this video to be perfect, but I gotta put something out there. Anyways, I'm gonna try to explain why I moved out here. I'm actually go up to my roof. So where do I even start this video? So, damn, I'm dark as shit. So, let me start off by saying, I'm 23, right? So, right now, I'm at that age where most Americans are, let me not get copyrighted. This is my boy's song, by the way. This your body's enough for me, yeah. And if you're watching this, don't copyright me. Now what was I saying? At 23, you know, you're at that age where it's like, okay, either you went to college, right? And I'm gonna speak for most of the people who went to college because, you know, that's the typical American track that I would say a lot of people follow. Not everybody, but a lot of people follow. So you have 23-year-olds who go to college, they get this degree, they, you know, ready to go into their career, but then the market and day and age we live in, a lot of those people aren't going to the, you know, careers that they want to be in and all that. For me, my story is a little different, right? I went into college out in Ohio Wesleyan, and I dropped out after my first year, right? I was a freshman, finished my freshman year and dropped out. And then I moved back to Delaware, where I grew up in the suburbs, right? And worked there in sales for a few years and was trying to get myself into tech, finally got into tech. And now after working there for 2 years, working remote and not having to go into an office, my company telling me like, yo, you're permanently remote, we never need you back in the office again. I sat there and I was really just thinking to myself, I was like, why am I in Delaware? Like, that was the real question. Why am I in Delaware? Because the way I live life, I would say I live life at a fast pace. So I've never felt like I could stay in the suburbs, right? And Delaware, for the most part, is a suburb. Like, yeah, we have the city of Wilmington, but it's like, for the most part, most people live in the suburbs. Yeah. Why would I stay in Delaware with the option to pretty much live anywhere I want in the US? I'm working from home. I'm in tech, so I'm making like a really good living for myself at this age, right? So I was sitting there and I was like, where have I always wanted to live? And baby, let me tell you, New York City. New York City is what it was. The reason I chose New York is because, you know, New York, it's what you see in the movies. You know, you're growing up, Spider-Man takes place in New York, all these great movies, all these superhero movies, all these action movies, you know, TV shows. You see culture and like trends. They usually start off from New York or certain like epicenters in America. So I was sitting here and I was like, I'm literally wasting my time in Delaware. I don't like the slow pace of life here. I need a fast pace of life with just the way my mind works. Like I need constant stimulation of like ideas and just action and things going on. I need life around me, and I feel like I can't find that in the suburbs. So the city was literally my only option. I had to live in the city. And growing up in the East Coast, I feel like East Coast cities is what feels like a city to me. Like, I've been to Cali, I've been to the West Coast, I've been to Arizona, I've been pretty much around most of the US, and I've seen different cities from where I've been. And for me, I don't feel like I'm in a city unless I'm in that, you know, that East Coast gridlock, that East Coast Philly, Baltimore, DC, New York vibe, right? That's what feels like a city to me. No hate against the West or any other places in the US, but for me, I was like, you know the saying, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. That's pretty much what I was going for. So, you know, I was 23, sitting there at home, I'm working in tech, and I have nothing that's keeping me in Delaware. I have the freedom to go pretty much to any state I want to live in, and start a new life there, and live life to the pace that I would want to live it at. So I was like, okay, I need to make a move. Like, I need to make that jump. And it was a big part of getting comfortable, and I'm gonna explain that. So working in tech and living in the suburbs, life was like good. I could have gotten a really good apartment. I actually got a pre-qualification to buy a house back in 2021 when I was 22. And I was getting ready to buy a home in Delaware and start real estate investing and doing all this. But then I was like, I put all that on the hold, and I was like, why am I staying in Delaware? So I was like, okay, the suburbs are not for me. The West Coast and other cities in the US are not for me. So I'm gonna stay in the East Coast. And my top 3 choices was New York, Philadelphia, or DC. I think DC or Philly were like tied, because like I know Philly culture. I grew up around a lot of Philly people. And then it's like DC is also the higher end, higher class. DC just feels a lot more higher class than Philly, right? So Philly would have been for the culture. DC would have just been, to live that tech life and that beautiful, fast-paced American lifestyle, American dream, all that. So yeah. So my top 3 choices were New York, DC, and Philly. And New York was at the top of my choice. New York was the hardest one to get to. New York's the most expensive. New York was the furthest away from me. New York was, the grittiest as far as like survival and just all the shit that you have to deal with. Like, this is a city. This is a metropolis. The subway system is extensive. I think one of the biggest in the US, probably if not the biggest. It's a city, so you're using public transport. I have a car back in Delaware, but I left that in Delaware because I was like, I don't want to experience the city like how I experienced the suburbs my whole life. Like, I'm tired of being in a car. I'm tired of being in traffic. I'm tired of this. I never took a bus to get anywhere when I grew up because I grew up in the suburbs. So I was saying, I'm like, okay, New York it is. So 3 months into this thing, I'm 3 months into New York, right? And what can I say so far of it? I fucking love this place, baby. I fucking love this place. It's growing on me. But as far as living anywhere else in the US, I don't think I can see myself living anywhere but New York. I don't think any city compares to New York in the US. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, yes, there's Chicago, there's LA, Houston, Dallas, and all that. But it's like, we're talking about New York fucking city, baby. You think I'm gonna leave this and go there? Nah, it's not gonna happen. But now, overall, I got comfortable in the suburbs to where it's like I was getting ready to buy a house. I was getting ready to buy a house, right? That's comfortability on another level, because like, yo, you're getting ready to settle down and make this big commitment of a house. And I was like, if I settle down now, like, I can kind of predict the path I'm gonna take, how I'm gonna end up, kind of predict the pace my wealth will grow with being in real estate, and that being a big majority of my my assets or my liquid funds and all that. So I was like, that's not what I'm looking for. I need the uncertainty. I need the landlord who might kick me out tomorrow just cause he wants to, right? I need that uncertainty of like, if I'm homeless in New York, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, if I'm homeless here, where else would I be able to fucking go? It's like, I have to survive. So yeah, so I did that, made the move. I moved out here at the end of February, and we are approaching June something. I think it's like June 5th, June 3rd or something. So I'm 3 months and some change in here, and I'm a fucking New Yorker, baby. I'm a New Yorker now. You can't tell me nothing. You know why? You know why? Because I've survived 3 months. And I feel like with 3 months, you can actually make an opinion, and you can kind of make better judgment of places. Because within 3 months, I have a schedule. I found my gym. I know where I go shopping. I know the little bodegas, the little corner stores where I can go to get this and that. I know that this one doesn't sell this, so I have to go to this other bodega, right? So it's like, you learn your ways. You form a rhythm. You have a system with being somewhere for like 3 months. And now I could give you more so of like a detailed feeling of like how it is growing up here. Like, I say growing up here. How it is like living here. I live in Brooklyn, by the way, so shout out to the BK, baby. I'm not in Queens, I'm not in Manhattan, I'm not in Harlem, I'm not in any of those Bronx, Statens, Islands, all those. We out here in Brooklyn. You know the vibes. You know the fucking vibes. I'm gonna get the New York talks down soon. I'm like, hey yo! Stop. But nah, overall, I really enjoyed my time here. I don't see myself moving out anytime soon. And my goal is to be nomadic, traveling between Nairobi and New York. New York to Nairobi, Nairobi to New York. Shout out to all my Kenyans. We're gonna make that happen. I'm trying to get stuff set up in Kenya too. I'm trying to buy land, have a whole bunch of stuff rolling. But overall, I'm just trying to make this first YouTube video to just give y'all an understanding of like where I'm at in my life, why I'm here. So I almost forgot. Not only is New York challenging to survive to begin with, I'm moving here during a fucking recession. A recession, baby. Like, gas is doubled. Gas is like almost $7 anywhere you go in the US right now. So everything's expensive. New York's expensive to begin with. Now we are in like stepping into recession mode, and I'm like, oh wow. I picked literally the best time to move here. It's like, if I survive this period that we're about to enter in the US, who knows? And I'm spitting everywhere. I got a pimple on my forehead. I really don't care. I'm gonna put this video out there. Who knows who's gonna watch this? If you're watching this from another country, like comment down below where you're watching this from. But overall, stick around for the journey. I'm trying to start up e-commerce. I'm trying to start this YouTube channel. I'm gonna keep it as raw as possible. I have no reason to try to impress anybody. I'm just literally trying to document my life. I wanna watch this when I'm like 60, 50, who knows, 70, 80, 100. And I wanna be like, oh wow, look at 23-year-old me, so ambitious in this. Proud of you, past me. Like, I want to be able to look back on this and be able to be like, I was being real, I was being authentic, not trying to put out some image that's not me, because it's like I could care less. But overall, I hope y'all stay tuned. I hope y'all watch. I hope y'all enjoy this video, this channel. It's not going to be geared towards anything specific. Like, it's not going to be like a crypto channel or like a e-commerce channel or New York channel. It's going to be my life. So like, if you're not interested in seeing what I'm doing, or if my path is not interesting, hey, don't stick around expecting to just see like one type of content. But either way, shout out to anybody watching this. I hope y'all like, I hope y'all subscribe, and stay tuned because we're gonna turn up on this channel. Let's get it. I'm recording this video 6 months later, right? I was a target. My first week here, somebody tried to fucking stab me with a stick, poke me. Somebody tried to follows me up out the subway. First of all, my rent, bro, I am being robbed every fucking month. Like, hands up, give me your fucking money. Like, I'm being robbed. Shit is not nice. Yo, I'm a fucking weirdo, by the way. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If I was to say anything, it's ridiculous.